So what do I like most about this area? Fix this here. What do I like most about this area? Well, it's not very busy. It's not overpopulated, right? Travel from one place, one side of town, the other side of town in less than 20 minutes. However, there's some negative points here, right? Jobs here are very difficult, typically low-paying jobs here in Windsor. However, I mentioned, if you get a job in Detroit, Michigan, that's a major booster, major plus point. So can't complain if you're getting a job in the States. It's really great. And also worth some people want to know, it's always a common question about taxes. You only pay one tax, right? At the end of the day, you only pay one tax. Whether if you work in the States, you may think you're going to pay separate taxes. There's a treaty. There's a treaty between the US and Canada. So you'll end up paying for one tax. So you pay in the US side first, and then that'll get you credited on the Canadian side. So whatever you have owing, if you have anything owing on the Canadian side, you'll pay the difference. But you don't get hit twice. I repeat, you don't get hit twice with taxes both on the US and Canada. It's not like you're paying double. It's a false statement. Just make sure you have a good accountant, a licensed CPA accountant. Don't just get anybody off Kijiji. And don't just ask your friend or someone who thinks they know taxes to do it. Because it's both US and Canadian tax laws they have to be very familiar with. So that's my advice about the Canadians working here in Michigan. Get a licensed CPA and they'll take care of you. Now, also want to mention another topic, which is the TN visa. So people will be asking, okay, how do I work here in the States? Typically everyone works on, most people work, Indians, they come here on H-1B, right? But for those who are Canadian citizens, you have to be a Canadian citizen first and foremost, not PR. PR is not good enough, you know. So get your PR, and then after that get your passport, Canadian passport. Once you get your Canadian passport, you are a Canadian citizen. All right. So get your Canadian citizenship. It might take you 5 years. It shouldn't take you more than 5 years to get your Canadian citizenship. And so get your Canadian citizenship, and then that's your first requirement for a TN visa, Canadian citizenship. So once you have that, once you have your Canadian citizenship, you'll have a list Now for IT professionals, you'll fall under typically two streams or two categories under the professions for the TN visa. One of them will be management consultant, and second will be the computer system analyst category. I've always worked under computer system analyst category. However, there are some out there who are management consultants. And I've been told management consultants is a little bit more difficult to acquire that under that category. So those are your typical people working in management consulting firms, KPMG, Accenture, those big four companies. So those kind of consulting firms, CGI, blah blah blah, Boston Consulting Group, any kind of consulting, management consulting type of company, that would fall under management consulting category. So if you want to work for a box company, just basically your standard company like Ford Motor, General Motors, what have you, any kind of company in Michigan, you're going to be in my case, if you're in IT, you're going to be under the computer system analyst category. And is it difficult to obtain? No. However, the one caveat you should always be aware about is they don't want to take any programmers. So what that means is you can't just take a programming job and that will qualify you for computer system analyst category. That's not the case. So you will get rejected if you do that. And they make you feel like a criminal. I've had it happen to me. Job was more of a programmer role, and I got rejected at the border. This was Peace Bridge in Buffalo, New York, Niagara Falls. So you don't want to get rejected at the border. It's never a good thing. So make sure when you qualify for a computer system analyst category, it's not a programming job. You can have some component of programming, but it cannot be a total 100% programming job. So yeah, that is the gist of getting a visa. It's not difficult. You can go either to the bridge, Ambassador Bridge, or the Detroit Tunnel. Both places will grant you immediate visa, TN visa. They have an expedited process. You can see on the CBV